Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
Are businesses that pollute our paradise getting away with it? It sure looks that way, according to Guam Environmental Protection Agency documents we obtained by way of Freedom of Information Act request. A KUAM News investigative review of 20 GEPA Notices of Violation from the last 5 years shows GEPA rarely hands down fines that the law recommends. Violators almost never pay the full amount of their fines, and reduced fines are often settled in agreements that appear to be overly favorable to those who break Guam's environmental laws. GEPA could have fined these 20 violators a total of $768,000, according to the maximum penalties for the violations they committed under Guam law. Instead, GEPA only leveled $407,000 in fines, but the kicker is, GEPA allowed these polluters and violators to settle for lower amounts, meaning the 20 businesses only paid a total of $23,740. Just 6% of the fines handed down by the agency in charge of protecting our paradise. The GEPA administrator given the ultimate authority to adjust fines without any documentation or public record of negotiations or settlements with environmental violators. Acting GEPA Administrator Nick Lee admits the agency could do better when it comes to making the punishment fit the crime.
Could we all agree that we could get tougher? Absolutely.
One company operated an illegal dump for 4 months, and the maximum penalty allowed by the law, $114,000. Former GEPA head Eric Palacios fined Viva Recycling half of that maximum amount, only $57,000, and then Viva reached a settlement with Palacios, paying just $3,500. With Guam facing a widespread illegal dumping problem, why would GEPA let illegal dumpers off the hook so easily?
I don't know how I'm going to answer that, to be honest with you.
Also during Palacios' tenure, a company that disposed of, stored, and burned solid waste at a site in Mighty got away with not paying a single dollar in fines in exchange for renovating the bathrooms at GEPA's offices in Tizen. Lee telling KUAM News that case prompted the agency to flush its old policy down the toilet. And now if violators offer services in exchange for not having to pay fines, those services have to benefit the public.
In this case with the restrooms, it really only benefited the agency.
Lee says fines are meant to punish and deter those who break environmental laws, but GEPA puts a priority on cleanup, meaning most of the time the agency is willing to settle for pennies on the dollar or even less.
Let's ensure the compliance was met, let's ensure the cleanup was done, and let's get what we can, and we can settle the case that way.
A review of GEPA docs shows all kinds of violators, with one military contractor spilling 3,000 gallons of diesel. Watts, Webcor, and Obayashi fined $46,000 by GEPA, but Palacios allowed them to pay just $2,000. That doesn't even qualify as a slap on the wrist to a billion-dollar contractor. But Lee says GEPA takes into consideration what polluters pay to clean up their own messes when it comes to how hard they hit them with fines.
If they look at what the violators spent to come into compliance, I'm sure they would have factored that into the fine as well. Now, whether or not it's popular with the public, that's a different story altogether.
Right. For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.